have for day 2? What exactly do we have for day 2? Day 2, we'll be talking about, day 2, we'll still talk about, for day 2, I told you we're talking about pips. I'm sure you can see my screen very clearly, class. We'll be looking into pips. We'll look into lots. Then we dive into leverage. We'll now go into brokers. We'll also talk about platforms and charting softwares. We'll talk about types of traders. We'll talk about technical analysis. So this is all we'll be doing today. In fact, today's class, God will help our ministry. Today's class is really going to be a lengthy one, a bit, but I'll try my best to see how I can quickly work on this. Before I start, thank you to those that subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching the recorded version, and thank you for also reading the PDF. So let's start. What exactly is a P? A P represents a tiny measure of a change in the currency pair of the forex in the forex market. I repeat, it represents a tiny measure of the change in the currency pair in the forex market. And it can be measured in terms of the quotes or in terms of the underlying currencies. Now, determining your profits and losses is an essential part of trading. So let's take a closer look. Class, you see what I'm going to say? Like I told you previously, that I will certainly give you this PDF. But let me explain what a PIP is. Remember yesterday I said something about exchange rates, and I did a very small mathematics. Now let's see what a PIP is. A PIP is just like I have a calibrated ruler. And on that calibrated ruler, whenever there's a move in the markets, there is a slight change. You know, for instance, if the value I have here, let's say presently where that curve is, the value I have there is 1.21568. Now, when this candle, the market moves a bit, you agree with me that the value changes. Probably you might have another value which is 1.21612. Have it in mind that because it is going up, it will be increasing. And if eventually it comes down, you know that the value will certainly go low, which is probably 1.20, maybe 100. Are you think? So now a pip is just a slight change in the forex market. And that change occurs as a result of what? Your the increment or decrement based on the current market. So let me use values now. Now, what a PIP just simply means is, when I made my research, I discovered that the calculation of PIP was actually generated from this. When you have 1/100 times 1/100, it's a normal mathematics we know. You agree with me that 1 times 1 is 1. 100 times 100 is what? 10,000. Now, do your mathematics very well. This should be 0.001. Probably 0.0001. Now, what I'm trying to say here in essence is, for this kind of mathematics, what they consider as a PIP, majorly on forex pairs, I repeat, majorly on forex pairs, what they consider as a PIP in the forex market is when you have like 4 precisions ahead. What I'm trying to say is, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th value from the decimals is what they regard here as a P. I repeat, the 4th value from the decimals is what they regard here as a P. So now, let's say I have a value like this. Probably my value is 0.0018. God's power said that the 4th value from decimals is what they see as what? A P. So that would definitely be what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this fourth value is what we are seeing here as a P. And this can be seen as 1P. See, let me be very candid here. What you have business with when it comes to exchange rates is the P. So if I call this 1P, then the fifth value from the decimals is what I call 8 pipettes. The fourth value from the decimal is called a P, while the fifth value from the decimal is called what? Pipettes. So in other words, I can see this as 8 pipettes, while the previous value is what? 1P. Are you saying this? So now, I know this is just a normal mathematics. Let's now go straight directly into an exchange rate. Let me clear my screen. Let's say, for instance, I have a normal exchange rate. Probably this exchange rate is GBP USD. You know, yesterday I said something about currency pair yesterday, combination of two pairs. GBP is Great Britain pounds, USD is the United States dollar. That's the fiat they spend. If I have an exchange rate of 1.11803, let's say I tell Mr. Tunji that, Mr. Tunji, add 5 pips to this exchange rate. The first thing I expect Mr. Tunji to do is, Mr. Tunji should come here and search for the fourth value from the decimals. Mr. Gospel said, I have no business with the pipettes. I'm only concerned with what? The fourth value. So we say 1, 2, 3, 4. So this fourth value is what I expect Mr. Tunji to add his 5 pips to. He's expected to come here and what? Add his 5 pips to this. So this will now be what? 3. 0 plus 5 is what? 5. 8 to come down. Sorry. Then you have 1.1. So this man has successfully added 5 pips to that exchange rate. You know, in mathematics, I know many of us here, we are blessed. We have a lot of mathematicians in the house. You know, in mathematics, there's what they call units, tenths, and hundred. I mean, this is the normal mathematics we encountered in our previous days. If you have units, tenths, hundred, you see these 5 I added. This was just a good example of units. I just added one value to the fourth value from the decimals, that was why I added 5 to 0. Now, let's say I want to add 10 to this now, or I want to add 50. Now that I'm coming to 50, that's more or less like tens, right? So I'll come here. I will add 50 here. If I add 50 here, class, the values will definitely be altered, because what I'll now have here will be what? 3 comes down. If 3 should come down, 0 plus 0 is what? 0. 8 plus 5 is what? 13. Of course, you put 1 here. So 1 plus 1 is what? 2. Are you saying that? So it means that the exchange rate has been increased by what? 50. I repeat, 3 comes down, 0 comes here, then 3 here, you put 1 here. That's what? 1.12303. Now, what if I say, Mr. Kayode, please, sir, can you help me add 100 pips to the exchange rate? So I expect Mr. Kayode to come here and say that, okay, he said I should add 100 pips. Then this will now be what? Coming to this place and adding 100 will virtually be what? I'll be putting 100 here. So 3 comes down, 0 comes here, 8 goes down, 2 comes here, 1 goes down, 0.1. Class, in other words, in conclusion, when you are adding pips to an exchange rate, please, I just want to quickly say something, class. If you notice that maybe I have disconnected, probably it might be network problem. Please, you know, in this Nigeria we are, nobody is bigger than network. Whether you are using 50G or 1 million G, despite the fact that I'm using 4G lights, doesn't mean I cannot be disconnected. Please, if I disconnect, it's either you'll be connected back or I will send you another link. Please, I just want to announce this. Now, If Mr. Kayode should add 100 to this, 3 will come down. 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 0 is what? 8. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 comes down, point what? 1. So this man has successfully added 100 to this. So in conclusion, what I'm trying to say is, whenever you are making your mathematics or you are doing your mathematics on pips, never ever should you exceed, I'm trying to look for a good marker that I can use here. Never ever should you exceed this channel, because you have no business with the last value. What you have business with is from here. Is either you're adding 5, you're adding 10, you're adding 100. Let it be robust from the right to the left. You have no business with this last value. Are you with me? So thank you, class. Let me quickly talk about another phase that is important. Now, you heard me saying something about forex pairs, GBP, USD, Euro, AUD, blah, blah, blah. But there is another type of exchange rate that is different. And that exchange rate is yen pairs. What are yen pairs? Example of yen pairs are GPP, JPY. Sorry for the newbie here. It is well with us. So don't worry, you get used to these things. These are just symbols in forex. GPP, JPY, GPP, GPP, JPY. You can have CHF, JPY, CHF, JPY. These are yen pairs. You can have Euro, JPY. You can have Euro, JPY. Class, go and make your research. I have discovered that on yen pairs, their exchange rate is very, very different. How is it different? I want to be very fast about that. How is it very different? Yen pairs, the mathematics was very simple. For yen pair, this was how it was generated. 1 over 10 times 1 over 10. 1 times 1 is what? 1. 10 times 10 is what? 100. So in other words, 1 divided by 100 is what? 0.01. So if I have 0.01, it means that this is my peak, 1 peak. You know, the other time it was fourth value we did. This time we're using the second value based on yen pair. And let's say I have another value like 8 or 9. This is my what? Pipette. Now the question is, how can you identify yen pairs in the market? The identification of yen pairs in the market. The identification of yen pairs in the market is the identification of yen pair in the market is when you have values like 115.267. The question now is, let's say I tell Mr. Bamidele that, Mr. Bamidele, please, I know you're a forex trader. Can you help me add 2 pips to this? Mr. Bamidele is expected to come to the second value from the decimal. Not the other time it was 4, the fourth value. But for the yen pairs, is to come to the second value from the decimals. So the second value from the decimal, I expect this man to come to is this 6 value. You know, 1, 2. So this is 6. I say, this man, please help me add 3 pips to this. So this man will come here and add 3 pips to this. If he adds 3 pips to this, then what's his mathematics? 7 comes down, 6 plus 3 is 9. 2 goes down, 0.511. So if I tell this man to add 30, 300, blah, 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 it is very, 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 very what? Possible. It is very, 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 very possible to add it. I can tell him to add 20 now. If I tell him to add 20, it is expected that this man should come here and just put 20 here. So once he put 20 here, then this will be what? 6 and 4, according to our mathematics. So this is 6 and 4. 20. So this man will be having 115.467. So class, when you hear people saying that they used to use quadratic equation, they used to use Jacobian, they used to use integration to solve some mathematics in forex, it's a big lie. It is not more than what I've done. It's just how you can add your pips successfully and how you can subtract your pips successfully. Are you with me? Now, let me quickly talk about, let me go to the next phase. Before I proceed, I want to talk about take profit and stop loss. TP is a short form for take profit, and SL is a short form for stop loss. Take profit is a point whereby a market reaches and the market closes automatically. I repeat, take profit is a point whereby the market reaches and the market closes automatically. Stop loss is a point whereby the market reaches and the market closes in loss. I repeat, stop loss is a point whereby the market reaches and the market closes in loss. Plus, you know, for every market that is running in the Forex in financial institute, there's a chart. Let's say I have a chart like this. Entry point was a value. My take profit is what? TP. My stop loss will be a value underneath SL. Let's say this is the present condition of the market. The market was coming here. It passed the entry point. After passing the entry point, it now goes up. It was going. You'll be smiling. And whenever you are buying in the Forex market, your take profit is up and your stop loss is down. And whenever the market passes your entry point, my brother, start smiling because you're already in profit. Let's say it now goes up, it goes up, it goes up, shoots and hits your take profit. That means guess what? The market will close automatically in profit. Are you with me? The market will close automatically in profit. Stop losses, let's say, for instance, I don't want to use Mr. Coyote. I always use Mr. Coyote. Let's say Mr. Marvelous. Let's say, for instance, Mr. Marvelous was in the market. The man was smiling. Wow, I'm in profit. I'm in profit. It's about hitting his take profit. The market just reversed. It started going down. It went down. It hits the man's stop loss. That time, if the man's child should come to him, the man will say, come on, go and sit down. Don't disturb me. See, I know what I'm saying. If you are not careful when it comes to this business, the way you be disturbed in your heart. But I can assure that when you spend some time, you will surely not be disturbed. These things will not be new to you. I agree. So the man will be vexed. Why? Because he has struck the stop loss. Now, class, listen. For the take profits, you are in profit. For this, I used to tell people, stop loss is not a crime in the Forex market. Stop loss only prevents you from incurring further loss in the Forex market. There was last year, December, when I was training like this, I met one woman, Madam Stella. The woman said that she deposited $500. She gave somebody $500 to trade for her, and the money got burnt. I asked that woman one question. I said, was the man using the right lot size? The woman said, I don't even know what lot size is, so I don't know if it's the right lot size. But she said something. She said she noticed that because she knows about this take profit and stop loss. She said she noticed that when the man was trading, the man was not using a stop loss, the man was not using a take profit. Can you imagine that? What a way to trade in the Forex market. A marvelous way to trade in the Forex market. There can be an event that will occur in the market, and that $500 can burn in a day. I'm very sure of what I'm saying. An event can occur in the market, fundamental event, and that money can burn in a day. Stop loss is just a way from preventing you from incurring what? Further loss. It's not a bad thing if you need to stop loss. Are you with me? So that is that. So let me now proceed. The next one I'd like to talk about, class. I have to really work very fast, but God will help us. Is lot size. Lot size represents the size of your trade in Forex. In another interpretation, lot is the number of currency units you will trade in Forex. Actually, class, there are 4 types of lots. And the 4 types of lots are: 1, there is a standard lot, there is micro lot, there is mini lot, and there is nano lot. I decided not to add the nano lot because the nano lot is the type of lot size that is negligible. So let me quickly start. I have to be fast now. Let me quickly start. Now, for lot size, I have a formula I use for it. It's a very simple formula we all know in mathematics. If we have x over 10,000, let's say we have x over 10,000. You know, in mathematics, we always find unknown in mathematics. Unknown. And I always ask myself one question: when am I going to stop finding unknown? Which I know is not possible. Let's say x is the unknown. And I'm going to use just 3 people here, and so that this will be clear to everybody. So let's say for this lot size, let's say Mr. Kayode comes to me and says, Mr. Gospel, I have $100. What would be my lot size? I will now quickly go to my calculator. I will say, Mr. Kayode, your lot size will be 100. I will say it will be 100 divided by 10,000. 100 divided by 10,000. Class, your mathematics very well. 100 divided by 10,000. Zeros, we cancel zeros. So 1 divided by 100 will be what? 1 divided by 100 is what? 0.01. So I'll say, Mr. Kayode, your lot size will be what? 0.01. And it will be a micro lot size. In other words, Mr. Kayode, or not only Mr. Kayode, or anybody in the house that trades from $100 to $900 does not exceed the micro lot size. Do your mathematics. 900 divided by 10,000. It will also give you what? 0.09. So in other words, class, a micro lot size is a lot size that ranges from 0.01 to 0.09. You understand? A micro lot size is a lot size that ranges from 0.01 to 0.09. Let's say, who is in the house again? Let's say another person comes and Madam Gillian. Madam Gillian comes to me and says, Mr. Godspower, I have $1,000. What will be my lot size? Madam Gillian, I'll just come and say 1,000 divided by what? By 10,000. 1,000 divided by 10,000. So zeros cancel zeros. 1 divided by 10 is what? 0.1. So I'll say, Madam Gillian, you are using a mini lot size. What's a mini lot size? A mini lot size is a lot size that ranges from $1,000 to $9,000. I repeat, a mini lot size is a lot size that ranges from $1,000 to $9,000. So, who is in the house again? Let me see. Let's say the next person in the house is Madam Kemisola. Let's say Madam Kemisola comes to me and says, Mr. Godspower, I have $10,000. What will be my lot size? Very simple mathematics. I'll just say 10,000 divided by what? 10,000. So 10,000 divided by 10,000. So I will say that, okay, Madam Kemisola, then I will now say that it is 10,000 divided by 10,000. This will be 1. So this is a standard lot size. A standard lot size is a lot size that ranges from 1 above. Do you know why I said 1 above? Somebody like Madam Kemisola comes out with $1 million. God will help you with that by the grace of God. It wasn't seem so large, but it is what? $1 million. $1 million. That's 1 million divided by 10,000. I mean, this woman is using a lot size of 100. It's a lot size of, my God. When you use such lot size, let me even talk about $100. When you get 10 pips on $100, you get $1. When you get 10 pips on $1,000, you get $10. When you get 10 pips on $10,000, you are getting $100. Do you know that if somebody has 5 million in Forex and you trade with just 10 pips, you know, I taught you pips and stop loss. You trade 10 pips. 10 pips can be somebody's salary. Do you know what 10 pips means? 10 pips is $100. And $100 right now, when you withdraw, is 50,500. Imagine you trading, your target is 50 pips in a day. $100 times 5 is what? $500. Imagine that person is earning nothing less than 250,000 naira in a day. Wow, wow, wow. With that, in fact, I wonder how Christmas is going to be like. You get it? So when you have, so in other words, the higher your money in the forex market, the better the profit. This thing is the normal logic. If I bring 500,000, I bring 100,000 naira. I tell you that I want to use 500,000 to go into pure foodstuff business, and another man comes with 100,000 naira, goes into foodstuff business. Who will get more profits? I know there's grace of God, but on a normal scale, who will get more profits? The person with 500,000 naira. Are you with me? But I always advise my participants on something. Nobody should please trade with nothing less than $100. If you trade with $20, you are just wasting your efforts. Because one trade can come that will even burn that $20. So it's better to use $100. So even if you are at a loss, because of your margin level percent, then I will show you that tomorrow. Because of your margin level percent, you can be confident that I still have money in the forex market. So thank you very much, class. Class, I really need to fly now. So my next phase is, my next phase is leverage. My next phase is leverage. Leverage results from using borrowed capital as a funding source when investing to expand the firm's asset base and generate returns with own capital. Now, what is leverage? I don't know. For those people that are very good enough, you know me, I'm not actually someone that is interested in all those financial stocks, but because of Forex, I had to get some good ideas about it. Leverage is like brokers will come to you, Madam Gillian, we know you have only $100, but we can help your ministry. She will say, how? She will say, with this $100, we can boost your money in the forex market. But guess what? Is it for free? No. See, if Madam Gillian should give me 2 million naira to buy a car in Lagos, let's say she's in Calabar, even if I'm to buy it, and I go to the place and I buy the car for 1.7 million, it's not stealing, it's business. If I buy it for 1.7 million naira and I get my profit for 300,000 naira, Madam Gillian will not know what is happening. I've done, because she has used me as a middleman. We are using the brokers as a middleman to come into the forex market. So they must get commission. Have you not made a job? They must eat. Where do you think brokers get their money from? They get their money from spreads. They get their money from commission. They get their money from swap. I will explain all these things in subsequent classes. They get their money from spread. They get their money from commission. They get their money from swap. Are you with me? So if they will now say, well, we give you leverage of what? 1 to 500. Do you know what this means? It means that leverage of 1 to 500 simply means that I can now say, okay, $100 times 500. That is what? $50,000. To you, you'll be happy. Wow, I have $50,000. My brother, is a lie. That $50,000 appears to be large. That's the money you have in the financial market. In the real life, you deposited $100. So it's $100 you have, but to them, what they have there is what, $50,000. See, class, let me say something tonight. If you are opening a life account, you don't use the right leverage, you're in trouble. Because sometimes they might charge unnecessarily on spread and commissions. Like for instance, I have some broking firms I'll be showing you soon. I use Forex. On Forex, for instance, they have zero spread, they have premium, and they have some other things. So in all these kind of things, we always have something like we need to know the right bouquet to go in so that our money will not easily be extracted. So that's that class. Thank you so much. Let me proceed now. My next phase is brokers. Brokers are firms that provide a platform for us to buy and sell foreign currencies. Let me just go straight to the type of brokers. Since I'll be giving this video, there are several types of brokers. There is Forex Time, there is OptaFX, there is Hot Forex, there is XM Forex, there is Avatrade, there is FX Choice. FX Choice is another wonderful broking firm. FX Choice and FX Choice. There is XNES, there's XNES, there's Antec, a lot of them. There's TopFX. Class, the ones I know of which my students use, I will highlight them here. Number one, there is Hot Forex. That's Hot Forex. Hot Forex is what I use particularly. Another one is Avatrade. Avatrade is what my students use too, and it's wonderful. Another one is Antec. Antec is another wonderful one. Another one is FX Choice. FX Choice is a beautiful Forex firm. See, class, I am not here to spoil others. I'm just telling you what my students have used. Apparel, OptaFX, they've used it. There is 1,001 broken firms outside. But class, I want to say something. I will send some app to you. There's an app I'll be sending tomorrow. That app will tell you the Forex firms that are regulated, how long they are spent, so you know how to invest. There are some broken firms, class. You deposit money to withdraw is a problem. You deposit money to withdraw is a problem. So what I simply do is I'll set for the right one, like Antec. All these ones I have highlighted, they are very good broken firms. But what I use is Hot Forex. And for once, I've never regretted. Some of my students also use FX Choice. It's also a very good one. Now, class, platforms and charting software. We have three types of platform and charting software. There's Ninja Trader, there's TradingView, there's FinVix. TradingView is what I use. I will explain TradingView in the advanced class. You can't really understand what TradingView is. So now, types of traders. There are 6 types of traders. There's scalp trader, there's day trader, there's algorithmic trader, swing trader, there's position trader, there's algorithmic trader, there's event-driven trader. A scalp trader are traders that trade from very few seconds to very few minutes. Day traders are very similar to scalp traders. The only thing about them is that these two traders, they don't like it when their trade goes over to the next day. They hate it so much. Whenever their trade goes over to the next day, they don't like it. Whenever your trade goes over to the next day, there's something called swap fee. Swap fee will definitely come into it. Are you with me? Swing traders are traders that hold on to trade for a very long time. Are you with me? So I can't even be a swing trader because I don't want swap fee to fool all my trades and I'll be lamenting. Are you with me? They can leave it for a couple of weeks and they are still on that trade. The bad thing about it is your trade will just possibly be in a loss with the swap fee. Position traders are traders that leave trade for a very long time. Who are position traders? I have a whole lot of friends. For instance, I have one as sailor. I have so many. You know, when you do this kind of thing weekly and almost every time, you have a whole lot of people you communicate with. There are some people they will leave their trade from now to next 2 weeks. The same profit you are now be scaling for daily, they will acquire it in 2 weeks. Those are who? Those are position traders. The next one is algorithmic traders. These are traders that rely on software. Class. Actually, I've designed a software finally for forex trading, but my robots, I'm backtesting it. When I'm backtesting it, means I'm trying to check the efficiency of the robots. I successfully finished it recently, but I'm backtesting it to see the strength. I don't want to sell what is not good. But you know the beauty about it? From my test and my report, it has been so good. So what am I trying to say? Algorithmic traders are traders that use robots or that design robots, that design scripts, that design, what is a script? A script is a piece of code that runs once. A robot is also known as an expert advisor. An expert advisor is a combination of scripts that runs. And what they use in designing robots is MetaCode language 4. Are you with me? What they use to design robots is MetaCode language 4. It's actually a programming language that is specifically based on the design of robots and design of scripts. Are you with me? You know, we have a whole lot of programs. Python, so on, blah, 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 C#, we have a lot of them. But this is basically for what? For robots. And maybe probably for Bitcoin. You know, right now there are robots that trade on Bitcoin. Are you with me? Now, event-driven traders are keep up to world news. They are more or less like fundamental traders. There was a day I news traded. Wow, that day it was marvelous. When you news trade, it's good, but you must be very smart about it. Don't worry, I will show you how to news trade successfully. That will be next tomorrow on Thursday. Class, I have come to the end of this program. But one thing is sure. There is something I want to announce, and that is the second phase of the class. Now, I told you that this program will end on Thursday, and that Thursday this program will end is definitely going to be on, that Thursday this program will end is definitely going to be on, what they call it, on 4th of November. Now, there will be another class that will start from 4th of November, sorry, from 8th of November to 22nd of November. There will be another class that will start from 8th of November to 22nd of November. That class is the advanced class. And class, for you to be part of that class from 8th of November to 22nd of November, the cost for that class is exactly 10,000 naira. The cost for that class is exactly what? 10,000 naira. Class, I must be very candid with you. I know 10,000 naira is very big money. You use it to buy a car, you use it to build your house. But let me tell you one thing you don't know, class. If you pay for the advanced class and subscribe for the advanced class, I can assure you that you are going to get this training to the fullest. I mean, 2 weeks is a marvelous period for you to have this kind of training. I will teach you the indicators that can help you win in the market. Like me now, there are 2 ways I can win successfully in the forex market. When the market is free, I can win in the market. When the market is not free, there's an indicator I use. I will teach you all these things. Class, please, you are not paying 10,000 naira into the account of a criminal. You are not paying 10,000 naira into the account of a scammer. You are paying 10,000 into the account of a real life person that has been doing this business for a very, very long time. Once you make that payment, please send a screenshot to me so that I can add. If you make it, please, why am I announcing this? I don't say sure that I will announce it on Thursday, and next week, Monday, the statement will be like, wow, I didn't know that an advanced class is there. I don't have money. I'm telling you now, so that I get prepared for me from Thursday to Monday. Monday, I repeat, is what? 8th of November, and it will end 22nd of November. Thank you very much, class. Please, is there any question before we quickly? It's just 2 minutes for us to go now. Is there any question before the time elapses, please? Is there any question before we are out? Is there any question? Your question can be based on the advanced class, no problem. Now, while I'm awaiting the question, please, I'll be dropping some apps to be downloaded for tomorrow's class. So that tomorrow, I will drop the app. So please, I expect you people to go and download those apps. Please, I will use someone's phone tomorrow to teach the class. I will probably use someone's phone tomorrow to teach the class. Don't worry how we do that, don't bother. Are you with me? So that is that. As usual, I'll send you the PDF and the recorded version of this class. Thank you very much, everybody. I sincerely appreciate you for coming. God bless you all. See you in tomorrow's class. Exactly what's 8 p.m. Now, somebody might be asking, what's the time for the advanced class? The time for the advanced class is 9 p.m. The time for the advanced class is what? 9 p.m. Class, I repeat, if you make payment for this advanced class, you will never regret it. People that have made payment for this class, they are making their profits already. It is something I know. Thank you very much, class. See you all tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Kayode. I appreciate it, sir.